I think a lot about like, am I showing up for the kids? Did I get to spend enough time with them? Like yesterday, I told you I didn't know we had the happy hour thing. That we do every month. It just didn't occur to me that it was the first. It didn't occur to me that it was Wednesday. Like I feel like today's Wednesday and it's Thursday. And then I had a dentist appointment, which I kind of knew, but I didn't. And so all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, I'm done working. I have to go to the dentist now. So like that was my whole day. And so I got to the end of the evening, and that was why the kids were up a little later, because I was like, man, I didn't really get to like spend a ton of time with them. Like, let's at least take, a few minutes. So like I'm very aware of like that, like making sure, trying to like connect with them each day. Same with Katie, right? But you say that like say that like it's an afterthought. It's tough when you have kids, right? Like you think about the kids, but you got to connect with your spouse too, So I think about that a lot, but I don't think about the like, am I working too much, not having enough time, outside of the, hey, they're coming in the door from school. Like I'm going to go downstairs, even if I have to come back up, let me go downstairs and be with them for this next half hour. It's more of like, what I do think about, I think when it comes to, and I'm not thinking like work-life balance, but I'm thinking about what am I prioritizing? What are the ideas or the projects that I have in mind, like that I actually need to do and I don't, like can't do everything. So what are the things that I can do and how much can I realistically do? So that way I'm not just piling stuff on and then creating anxiety, to where when I'm in those routines and I'm down, I don't want to be hanging out with my wife or my kids or whatever, and be thinking about, oh, I need to get this thing done. Like that's the worst. Like, so to me, I guess if we're talking about life balance, like that's really what it is, not having that feeling of when I'm at work, feeling guilty that I'm not with the family. And when I'm with the family, not feeling like, oh, I have these things to do. Yeah. I can relate to what you were saying. Like, oh, we're just watching cartoons. I'm going to go get this done. That's different. Right. But it's that like, if I have to get this done today for this client, and then that consumes your evening. So I try to avoid that. So I think that's probably the most I think about it, but
I've been trying not to even beat myself up about, this might not be the right approach, but I've been trying not to beat myself up about anything. Like, I was talking to Rambeer, which used to be our fitness coach. But he talks a lot about like, instead of feeling bad about something, like you just kind of recognize it, like, okay, this is what happened. And then you can, course correct the next day or not if you don't want to, but like, I'm sure that there's been days where I probably wasn't present enough with my kid or whatever, but like, I try not to like feel bad about that. Cause it's just like, I've got goals. I've got things I want to do. Maybe I went a little bit too far on the work side today. So try to back it off the next day. And like, I guess I'm not beating myself up as much about it, but it's hard. I don't know if that's something that I've really practiced or anything. That really stuck with me when he was he was talking about food, but it's just like, if you eat a bad meal or you eat too much or whatever, like you can get upset about it and you can, be like, man, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Or you can just be like, look at it very objectively, like zoom out a little bit. And like, okay, yeah, I did that, but how do I course correct or what do I do next? And I think it's been easier to work a lot because of that. And also like, make time for your kids and all that kind of stuff. So